Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Elma, the Non-Tech Techie, and today I have with me Nafi and where's that? Okay, Nafi and
Yeah.
Jonathan. Why is it mirror? Okay, so I have here Nafi and Jonathan, and we are going to talk today about your software Step Capture. So, what is Step Capture? It is a software that it's actually quite interesting if you are into business process development or business process improvement, because I do that a lot at work, where I review a process and I keep on optimizing and optimizing, so it keeps on changing. And before, oh, that is a tough thing to do, because we have to do a screenshot and then say exactly what we have to do next, and then another screenshot and what to do next. But with Step Capture, they make it really so easy. So it's a Chrome extension. In fact, I even left a review in the Chrome Web Store because it's really good and it's something that I really like to use, or I really want to use it. It's really, really good. So, before I start talking to Nafi and Jonathan, if you're new to our channel, please kindly subscribe and hope you like this video and do click the like button so that more people would see the video. So, okay, now let's start again with introducing. Okay, so I have again here Jonathan and Nafi, and they are both the founders of Step Capture. So please introduce yourselves and let us know why you started Step Capture, and why have you created Step Capture.
Hi, yeah. Thank you for bringing us on the show. Like, super appreciated. Thank you to anyone that's listening, that will be listening. So basically, just to give a quick summary, right? Like, Nafi and I have worked together for, I don't know, we say 3 years, but I feel like it was longer. Sometimes I feel like it was shorter. Time kind of flies. But we've met because I was operating a small, website design development agency at the time, and put up a job listing for to hire a web developer, essentially, and a web designer. And Nafi was like one of our first hires in that department. And we worked on one project together, and we worked on probably 100, like 500 plus projects since we became partners. Not
Okay.
only Step Capture,
Wow.
we like I talked to Nafi more than I talk to my wife at this point. That's what I like to say when I introduce us.
Oh,
Um,
did you just
yeah,
say that
yeah,
on
yeah,
air? Oh my God.
yeah,
You trust me,
exactly.
you're lucky I don't know your wife.
Yeah, exactly. And but we love working together. I mean, I love working with Nafi. I don't know about him, but we worked on so many projects, and we've grew the agency so much. We do like all kinds of software design development at this point, that we have so much experience in project management, whether it's on the design side, whether it's on the development side. We have so much project and pain point experience with working with clients in this space that we've learned over the years. So by doing that, we tried. We use different tools. Like Loom is a great video, documentation tool that we use for certain use cases. But we took a lot of the pain points we had and decided we want to work on a documentation tool. So we are very, very big on documenting processes, creating SOPs, standard operating procedures, not just for us, but a lot of times we notice, right, there's repetitive questions with similar projects between different clients. So we want to be able to send something that's
Oh.
one for all of them, right? So that we can record, we can set it up once, send it to all every time that question is encountered. That's a really, really clear and easy to follow guide. And that's kind of, just to get it into a little bit more detail, like that's how we got to developing Step Capture. We love working in the agency space, but it's, every business has its problems, and we wanted to try something new when it comes to software. We think we the products we create for our clients, like we really believe our UI UX designers are amazing on our team. We do a lot of research, a lot of prep, a lot of planning to create good user experiences. So we thought we could create our own software that's really great, so that we can put on the market. So, to solve the pain point of this type of process creation, that's how we got to Step Capture. And I'm sure we'll get into more detail later. But Nafi, sorry, if you want to introduce yourself, please
Yeah.
go ahead.
So I'm Nafiul Islam. I'm from Bangladesh, and like Jonathan was saying, we have met on Upwork, interestingly. So that was kind of a lucky time as well for me. So I joined Upwork almost 7 days or 2 weeks around, and then I got the project from Jonathan, and from there we just ongoing now. But yeah, to for our step capture, so we have started working on this last year, October. So from there to till today, we've been working on this continuously. We have a very hardworking team. The interesting part is the way we develop it till today, after launch on Rocket Hub and the early beta till today, we don't have that much of bug reporting. That's our kind of a plus point, I would say. So yeah, so far we're going good, and I think Jonathan already answered a lot of things, and we'll be doing a couple of demos and other things later on.
Right. And actually, one of the use cases that I have as well, that I talked to Nafi just before this, is that I
Mhm.
reported a bug for another software, not StepCapture. Okay. And it's
Yeah,
actually very useful for that. So I just did what I had to do. Before,
Mm.
I would have to use something like Loom, like what you said. But now I tried this. And in fact, it's easier for me because I don't have to talk
Mm.
and it just
yeah,
captures my action. And
true.
then after that, I send a link to the person who's handling the report, and that's it. So
Yeah,
I don't
that's
have
a
to
new
talk,
use case.
right?
That's a
And
new
Yeah,
use case for us.
I don't
Bug
have to put
reporting.
on
That's
makeup.
awesome.
Just kidding. I don't have to put on my makeup or whatever to look nice
I
on
hear you.
camera. Just kidding.
yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Anyway,
Exactly.
let's continue with the step capture and let's do the demo. Let's please take us through the. Oh, by the
Oh,
way,
cool.
are you going for the demo first or for the case studies first?
I think the demo would be
What do you
great.
prefer? Yeah, a demo will be better. We can just quickly show the demo of
Okay.
how StepCapture works and a little bit about the features we
Right.
have on our system. So, and
Mhm.
then we can dive into the case studies and questionnaires that I have.
Okay. So let's start with the demo.
So, yeah,
So who's
yeah.
sharing
Oh,
screen?
give me one sec. Yeah, let me share my screen.
Okay, we can see your screen now.
Okay, perfect. So, if anyone purchasing Step Capture from Rocket Hub, there will be a guide on your order details from Rocket Hub ordering page. Basically, after you purchase, go to My Account and Orders and view the orders. You'll see the guiding how we can able to register as a LTD users, because LTD users register and the normal user register is a little bit different. You have to have a custom link uh, in order to get registered, and have to use the coupon code from the Rocket of team that they have added on your order list, and then just sign up, and then it will be prompted to verify your ML, and that's it. Now, from there, you'll just create your LTD account. Now, I'll just quickly log into one of my account. From there, I'll just show you how exactly step capture works. So step capture, on our thoughts, we just want a very simple process that doesn't take so much time to set it up or something like that. It's just you run the step capture extension, Chrome extension, and then start capture. And then after that, whatever you do on the site, it just start capturing. As you can see on the right sidebar, it's just captured and also captured what I have clicked my account, click my account, my library. So from there, if I click more and more, it'll start capturing. We also have another options from over here, blur. So if you're on tier 2 and tier 3 plans, also tier 1 plans, LTE plan, and a pro subscriber, you guys will have this instant access. For example, I can see images blur. So we also have another features into blur system. It's called select. What it does, on these specific elements, you might want to blur, for example, this blur. You don't want to show it. So in that case, you just select it, select the blur, click resume, and then start clicking things, and you'll see it's blurred. And after all those things is done, you just click complete capture. It just takes a couple of seconds, maximum 2 or 3 seconds. If you have bad internet, I'm sorry, it'll take more minutes. But if you have good internet, it'll take like 1 or 2 seconds maximum. It just sends the data to the server and just capture, open your capture URL like this. And from there, if you want to share, just click share, copy URL, share with the team. They'll have the access. This is how fast and easy we make our system to capture anything and share the process with anyone. Whether it's a sharing process, like Elma was saying, so reporting bugs and something like that, all type of things that needs a step-by-step process are showing on your team or your clients, you can use like this. Now, to show you a little bit more about step capture, that we have a couple of things that is not another of our competitors have is the lightbox system. We have introduced the last week this. So if you click any images, it just opens the lightbox system, and you can just click next, and you see this click things is just moving around, and it just shows. We have a little bit more plans about this. It's just a first draft on our idea that we want to do something like this, but there will be a couple of more updates. It will feel more intuitive after that, but it's just our first thoughts to go on this phase. After we capture anything, a couple of users might have, or also some things might change. For example, you record a step-by-step guide, and then between like 1 or 2 months, something is changed. How can I able to do that? Because you need to update steps. You have like 50 steps of capture. So you don't want to record the whole thing again. It might take a couple of minutes, or maybe 5-10 minutes, all doing those 50 steps. For that, we have interesting system. It's called, for example, after step two, couple of things is changed. So what you have to do, you just click capture plus and capture new steps. It just brings all the tabs on your system that you have currently on your window. And then just click any tab that you want to record again, and then start capture. It will just instantly run it. And as you see, already noticed that last time we enabled the blur, it just tracked that blur system. So this one, you don't have to click every single time. So you just track, save the system, which things you blurred last time, it just saves on our system automatically, so that you don't have to set every single time. But the select item, you have to do this every single time. It's a specific area part. Now, if I just record a couple of steps more again, like click here, and then click complete, it will take again a couple of seconds, and then open that exact same URL with the updated steps. As you can see, after step two, I did click with the blur, couple of steps, so it just added it. So this is how you
Yeah.
can able to update a couple of things if you have. Also, last week, we also announced another things for editing purposes. That is, if you want to change the item, for example, you want to be more specific. Over here, it shows click like this. It's not showing something like specifically that click over here. So you can do that part. As you see, where exactly you clicked is just changed over there. And also, if you want, you can change the size. Some users prefer to smaller and bigger sizes. For that, we also have it. Unfortunately, we didn't release the color selection customizations yet, but there's a high chance that will be released in 1 or 2 weeks
Yeah,
maximum.
so Nafi,
So
just to add to that,
yeah, yeah,
so this is all the post capture editing, and the advanced blur
yeah.
you can do during capture. There is a couple more points, Nafi, that I think you should show that are great. One is before you
Branding.
capture something, the no.
Oh,
So before you
extension.
capture, yeah, during in the extension sidebar, the editing, because you can't customize colors and whatnot in the extension sidebar directly over here. So
Yeah,
Nafi, if you can show some of those, and then I'll show you
yeah.
the. I'll,
So
I'll
this is
mention the
what.
other two things.
Yeah, this is exactly what Jonathan was talking about. Since on the extensions, after you click it, you'll have a couple of things on settings. The workspace selections, if you have multiple workspaces, if you're LTD users, you can clear from tier 2 and tier 3, you can able to create 5 and 10 workspaces. And if you're free works users, you can create up to 3 free workspaces. But if you're a pro, you can create all pro workspaces one by one. As you see, I have multiple workspaces. I can select each one, and I select the click indicator that I was talking about a little bit ago. And you can start with anything that will instantly capture that way, basically that style, click indicator style. But anytime you want to update any captures, click indicator styles, for example, this, you can go edit and then change it. And also we have the click indicator color. This part we only have on the currently on the extension sidebar, but in the futures, you guys will have the options over here as well. So over here, like you selecting the colors, you will
All
have
right.
options
For
directly over
for
here.
Okay, so I have a question on this color selection. Will it be automatically saved and that will be the color used for that specific workspace in the future?
Exactly. Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For
But there's
example, if I
more. There's
select,
more. Sorry. Go ahead, Nafi.
yeah, for example, if you select this color and start capturing and close it, and a couple of days later, that color will be selected all the time. And also, that color will be selected on your workspace system as well. So, all this preset color you see will be over here. We made some decisions to remove this part. So, there's a high chance if you check this after 1 week, you guys will not see it over here and also over here, just because we made some internal decisions to make things easier for users. Don't get messed up with the customizations. So too many cooks spoil the broth. It's kind of like that. So this is why we decided to remove this custom one, but the presets will be there and over here as well. So we are currently working on that part. So after we select anything over here and then start, you can start capturing again, and as you see, it will start capturing. And as you can see, I did select plain color, the circle radius, and then if I click con- uh, complete capture, it will done that with those selections that I have made. As you see, for example, like I was saying, in the future, if you really want to change it, you can just go and change it. And as you see, those things changed, including the colors that will be coming in the future and the sizes.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Exactly. Which is great. And then I'll mention one quick thing that people
Mhm.
that are watching might have noticed is that the title and description of a capture gets auto generated based on the
Exactly.
steps it assesses that you recorded. This is where we built a simplified but very very effective AI model. Like we've tested it with a lot of our users and ourselves, our teams, obviously, and it is actually quite a bit more accurate than the other tools, especially with long captures. Like again, I think the use case that we're targeting on is like shorter step-by-step guides for like agency use, but for people that are creating those longer SOPs when needed, it's very very accurate in that creation. Now to
Yeah.
go back to the customization, Elma, if it's okay, I think it's a good time, Nafi, to showcase the workspace branding. Exactly. So we have, I mean, depending on the lifetime LTD deal you're on, depending, or if you have the Pro Ultimate plan, you have kind of varied, but very, very, we're very generous with the white labeling effect of a workspace that we offer. We know this because when we work with clients, sometimes we need to white label something. For our agency clients, we need to white label for a specific client or for a specific department, for example. So we wanted to be generous with that more so than our competitors. So Nafi, you can go ahead and
Exactly.
present, but basically you can upload a logo. All this is going to be what's presented when you share a capture. So you can upload a custom logo,
Yeah.
you can upload a favicon, you can apply
Add a
your
custom
own
color.
brand color. Exactly. You can add a white label domain, which is very easy to do. So basically, you can add a domain or a subdomain. Depending on what you do, it's going to instruct you to add a CNAME record or a
Yeah.
record. If it's a subdomain, it'll be a CNAME record. And then you click verify, and then this is the domain that's going to be used for the shared capture. So you can if your agency name is like ours, Mint Media, you can have, capture.mintmedia.com, for example, as the URL instead of the StepCapture one. And
Yeah.
then if you go, you can't really see with the overlay on the video, but you can also obviously remove the StepCapture branding
Yeah. Over
below.
here.
Yeah, exactly. So we want this is per workspace. So when you save the branding here, it is on a per workspace basis, just like the customization of the capture.
Yeah.
So the idea here is to give agencies or similar businesses, right, the ability to provide something to the client that looks very professional, that looks like it's their own, etc., while still very easy to use and incorporating all the features of step capture.
Exactly.
Cool.
Oh, there's
So,
one more thing. Sorry, Elma. One
yeah,
more thing I think we
sure.
should demo that is
Mhm.
also kind of like the branding where we were very generous on lower tier plans and whatnot to
Yeah.
offer is the password protection for the shared captures, Nafi. If you can show that. So all of
Yep.
the captures that you share can be password protected. So it's very easy to do. So you can just set a password. When a user will get it, they're just going to have to enter that password that you provide them to open the capture. Pretty straightforward, like you will see here. Exactly. So boom. It's just patch spread. This is something that surprisingly we've seen a lot of the competitors offer at an enterprise level only, but we work with a lot of clients, agencies that have, NDAs or need certain parameters to hide things. So we wanted to be generous with this as well, just like with the white labeling.
Yeah. Exactly. Now, Elma, I think if you have any questions regarding step capture, I can quickly answer and then we can jump into the case studies and other things if you have.
Okay, so there are some questions from the audience. Let's see one by one. Okay, so this is comment. This looks easy to use and good UI. So thanks so much, Joginder, for the comment.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Thank
is
you.
there? Okay, so this one, Asham is asking: is there a zoom in or zoom out option or magnification?
It's
With the light
really
box.
good questions. Yeah, really good questions. I think Jonathan, he's not talking about the light box. Uh,
Oh.
they're talking about the auto zoom, for example, over
Mm.
here, the couple of things. It's really hard to see on the mobile screen. So users want something like that, auto zooms like this. I'm just zooming everything, but it should be something like auto zooms to the specific
Hmm.
images to specific area. So a little bit good news. We're working on it. It's currently on QA, and there's a high chance it will be
Oh,
shipped next week. So it will be exactly to give you a little bit comparisons how it will be. So if anyone uses Tango, strive out the auto zoom feature, a view that automatically zooms to the specific area, shows the click. So we're working exactly similar. A little bit better way to handle it since we have the lightbox features, some other things as well. So we're working a little bit differently, but uh, excuse me. So the auto zooms will be coming next week. So currently it's on QA.
oh, already coming in next week. Good. Okay, so another question from HM: is there any annotation option? So,
Uh,
So not so the so annotation. We get this question a lot, actually. Well, a lot. I mean, over the every webinar, we got one person asking this question.
true.
So
is it the
by
same person?
annotation,
Just kidding.
no, 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 no. By annotation, they mean usually like, let's say in a specific image, one step of a capture to add like an arrow or to add more annotating, I guess, graphics. So at the moment, it is like not a huge request. There's questions, but we didn't get a lot of requests for it to actually implement. We really, I think, like the methodology we have now when it comes to having all the flexibility with how the selection is highlighted and recorded. And we want to keep things clean and easy. We think this is the best way right now. We're very open. If we over time start getting a lot of requests for, custom or like arrow based or like custom positioning annotation, we're 100% open to implementing that. It's not, extremely difficult like some of the other stuff we're working on. But at the moment, we don't have custom annotation. We have the flexibility to edit what data is collected in the click and in the step itself.
Exactly.
Okay, good, good, good. Now let's see the next question. Can we export this as a video to better understand the flow?
Yeah, to answer it, we already have this, I mean, say soon, just because we're continuously working on it. This is l- two features. These two features is connected to each other, so we will be launching these two in 2 weeks. Basically, it's currently on the uh, last QA and development, I would say. So we're just testing a couple of things before we make sure it works 100%. Like I was saying, one of our key features is we don't do anything stupidly mistakes that causes bug and loss of rewarding. So till today, we're maintaining that reputation. So next, we're going to be maintaining that as well. So this is why it's getting a little bit late. But to promise that we'll definitely launch it in 2 or maximum 3 weeks. The both feature.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, and to add to that, by the way, it's gonna be a unique because we're not just doing like a regular video. It's gonna be a unique like kind of slide video. So we're doing it in a very unique way, and we're really excited to launch it.
Exactly.
Nice, nice. Okay, so let's do the next one. Okay, so does Step Capture offer integration with other tools or platforms commonly used in workflow documentation?
To answer that, it will cover up the embed part. It will cover up all those things that you guys want to do. Because the way
Hmm.
we're doing the embedding thing, if you just copy the embed and go to your Notion, Doc, and any other, for example, on your website you want to embed, so those type of things will be automatically covered. But talking about direct integrations, they're like I would say, ClickUp on those type of things. currently we don't have any planet to do that, but maybe in the futures. But the embed will cover up all those specific areas that you
Yeah.
want to share your specific captures or create a doc file mentioning lots of captures as well. So those things will be covered up from the embedding part.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. It's like we looked at it and we said, even now, like for example, we use ClickUp internally for our agency. There is, we use a lot of other tools as well, and like Google Drive, for example. And we actually never really use the integration. We just embed certain elements. So we decided to go that route. It gives the most flexibility. But if in the future, like, because we are planning additional features that we can discuss later, but in the future, those might require kind of a more direct integration. But right now, for what we have now, there's no real need to do direct integrations
Exactly.
like that.
Okay, got it. And by the way, so when we create these documentation, the step captures, where is it saved? Is it saved on your server?
Correct. Yes. So there's a few aspects. We have our database, our code base, and our the image assets themselves. They're all saved on our servers, US based servers at the moment. We are over time. There's a later question I think that you'll read out, but
The
about this. But
privacy.
yes,
Right.
currently they're all saved on our servers, all closed off databases, pulling from
Yeah,
it.
to specifically answer if anyone is techie, so the image hosting is currently hosting on Cloudflare R2, so it's one of the leading
Mm-hmm.
hosting systems. So they have one of the biggest
Process, yeah.
privacy and so managing system. So nothing will be late or nothing in terms of privacy. They have those concerns, so we're just using them to maintain the privacy at the top notch. For the image hosting part and for account hosting, where your account data is hosted, it's saving on the Vercel at the moment, but we're in plan to move it to AWS in the futures. But currently, at the moment, it's on Vercel. And for the user databases, it's on Neon database. It's one of the leading database hosting as well. So yeah, if you're not techie, that's it answer.
Okay,
Yeah, and that's
thanks
not.
for the
Sorry.
explanation. Okay, because I won't understand that. So it's really a good explanation that I understand. Okay. Sorry, Jonathan, you want to say something?
Oh no, you want to just the question that you put up now. I guess I can
Okay,
add to
so now
that
I'm
as well.
posting up the question because this was the question that Nafi was answering. How does
Exactly.
step capture handle data privacy and security, especially when dealing with sensitive information?
Yeah,
Exactly.
so Nafi covered a good portion of that. In addition to that, obviously, like in our workflow internally, like we have really really good developers, designers. I'm hoping, as you might see by the demo, that we are the quality of our work is usually good, and we're open to feedback. But in that, our backend process as well, like when we deploy new code, when we put new branches in, for or new features, like that goes through a pretty strenuous like security testing. We have automations in place to help us find vulnerabilities, so we put a huge emphasis on this. There's a protection aspect in the sense that people can password protect their capture. That's on them to hide. If they want to make sure URLs are hidden for some step or some guides that they create. But internally in the backend, we're doing our very best, aside from using the Cloudflare and whatnot, to actually maintain code-based best practice for how data is transferred, and what code we deploy to make sure there's no vulnerabilities.
Exactly.
Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Rafiul. Okay, the next question we want to answer is we are talking about privacy. Now, can I blur sensitive information automatically?
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
definitely. I already showed a little bit demo about it. How we can auto blur, automatic blur, and also specific area blur as well.
Right.
But we do have one of the interesting features that's currently on dev. It's hard to do, but we're working on it. I hope we can able to do it. That is, select a specific area of your window that will be continuously blurred throughout the capture. So you don't have to select that specific area. For example, left side, you want to blur it every single capture that throughout the captures, the left side bar continuously will be blurred. So at these moments, Chrome have lots of restrictions to handle this properly, but we're trying to figure it out how we can able to do it. So there's a high chance in coming 1 month that will be released as of 1 or 2 months that will be released as well.
Right.
Yeah, and just so because
Okay.
I think she joined a bit later, but basically you have like automation for email images, a lot of options to automatically blur.
Exactly.
You have a div selection blur where you can select a block of an element on the website or whatever you're tracking. And what Nafi mentioned is a custom area selection. Like imagine like a screenshot drag and drop permanent place of blur.
Exactly.
Sorry, Elma, go
Right.
ahead.
So okay, but I think what Ayashi is asking here is that can it be automatic because you have this advanced blur, right? But you still have to select. Okay, I want email addresses blurred. I want numbers blurred. I want amount blurred. Can I do like it? Can I set it in my settings in a way that from now on all email addresses are automatically blurred
Yeah,
or all?
yeah. So per workspace, that's stored. That's the settings that you'll
Oh,
do at the first capture. Unless you change it again, that setting for it will always
Exactly.
blur email addresses when you open
for the
capture.
workspace or for that specific
Workspace.
capture workspace.
No, for the
Not
workspace.
specific
Yeah,
capture. It's for your the window that you're added the step capture extensions. Where you added the extensions, it will save a local data. It's on your device. We don't get this data on our system, so it's on your device. It's basically saved those particular things that you have saved. In terms of
the
blur, I can
settings.
show it to you. I'll do a quick give a quick demo to, so that you can understand more clearly.
Okay, yes, yes, please.
So last time, you already saw that I did enable the custom blur to blur it couple of things, email, images, couple of things. Now, since we did a couple of things, I want to record another one. So those type of things will be instantly blurred. Enable those things as soon as capture is started. As you can see, the images and couple of things already blurred. And if you see on the blur settings, those settings is already applied. So you don't
Saved.
have to
Yeah.
set this every single time. But the select part, the specific area part, you do have to select every single time. And also the area part that I was like saying a little bit ago. So this one is also you have to select every single time. Every single capture, basically. This one, every single steps. This one, every single capture.
Yeah, but all the automatic ones, there's the data, like your settings are stored.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So now let's go for the next question. We are having a lot of questions here. Okay, so let's go to the next
Yeah.
one. Now let's talk about the URL, which we've actually shown already earlier.
Yes.
Can
Yeah.
we add our own
Yes.
URL like using CNAME or adding our own brand logo? So yes, that can be done. So you go to Step Capture settings for that workspace and you can add all
And
these. You
branding.
can change
Mhm.
branding, colors, logo, everything.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
You can make a lot of changes. And which web browsers does the extension support?
Yeah, currently at this
Currently,
moment, it supports the Chrome, and it also support Edge. Just because the way we're working on it, it's the Chromium sidebar system. So this Chromium sidebar system only supports on Chrome and Edge. So any browsers have built on Chromium and supports the sidebar system, it'll work all there. But to clarify answer it, it just currently we have verified everywhere. It's work on Chrome 100% without any issues.
Okay. Now let's go back to the blur issue or the blur use case. Can the app suggest user what information should be blurred? Sometimes user forgets to do that. So if the app alert suggestion information that should be blurred,
Hmm.
this can be helpful. Okay. So
it's
basically step catcher
yeah.
would alert us, hey, this email is not blurred. I suggest that you blur this or something like this.
Yeah, it's actually a very this is the first time we get that suggestion. It's actually not a bad idea. Like auto detect email and be like, do you want to blur do you want to blur emails and suggest that setting? Right now it doesn't do that, but this is not a bad suggestion. We will look into it.
Yeah,
Thank you, SC, for
yeah,
that.
Yeah, that's why we have these live streams. This is
This is
the
great.
main purpose is questions and how to improve the software.
yeah.
And yeah, they
Yes.
ask really good questions and give really good suggestions. Okay, cool. Next thing is okay, now let's talk about the AI part of step capture. And we have a couple of questions. What AI assistance features are included and how do they enhance the creation of visual guides? And I will also post up the other one. We can also integrate AI to describe the flow steps. So it's
Great.
basically the same question. Let us
Yeah.
do this one. Let's answer this
So
one.
so So yeah, right now, currently, like what's available to everyone is the with AI is the model we built for the title and description of the full capture generation based on all the steps. That's what's available right now. It's a great model. What we're working on, and what I think the other question that you showed asked about having AI describe every step. So right now we've tested similar to that, but we found that like for the steps, we want to keep it as simple as possible. And the current state that we have and the editing ability there works best for what our users have tested. But what we're working on that's really, really cool. And, I can talk about this for 20, 30 minutes. I won't. But basically what we're working on is using AI and building AI model to basically grep the entire kind of like either team library or workspace for all the captures that are available there. And then based on that, auto categorizing them and creating like a knowledge base that can be shared or viewed internally based on AI categorization and setup. So that we're really working with AI to create basically indexing, segmenting, and data assessment of the captures in an account or team workspace, etc. So in the goal of creating knowledge bases for a team. So imagine, you're an accounting department in a company. You have a ton of internal processes, some of which is to onboard new employees, some of which is to work with a specific software for your existing employees. So we want the AI to basically imagine for the accounting team workspace or department to create a knowledge base and auto categorize all these things together. So that's something we're hoping that's going to come in the following months. And I think it's going to be an incredible tool. We're testing and working on this right now. But that's going to be like the biggest use case for AI that's most tangible, visible use case for AI that we're pushing.
All right, because maybe regarding the AI part, because on tier one you did not mention AI features, but on tier two and tier three you have these advanced AI features. So what is the difference on the AI features between these three different levels?
Yeah. To answer that, so basically, I can show you the current AI features that tier one, tier two, and tier three will have currently at this moment. We all those things already have.
Mm-hmm.
Let me share.
Yeah, and while you do that, yeah, so the AI features available now that we showed with the title and description generation, that's for all tiers. That's like our basic. The AI
Yeah,
that's only for tier two, tier three, that's partly what I expressed regarding the knowledge base, and partly it's going to be like also search, like we're going to have AI based contextual search ability in the backend, where if you have multiple teams, etc., you can just start typing in, hey, how do I do this on X website? And it's going to find you based on the contextual message you wrote, the capture that's likely related to that message. So that's kind of what's coming as well for those two.
exactly. To just show you the demo, as soon as you capture anything using step capture, so it will automatically create a title and descriptions for you. We are not doing the each steps right now. It's just because each steps may require your additional import, and we are not analyzing any of the images. It's a part of the privacy, so we can't able to add any description without analyzing the images. So we're not doing that at this moment. Even in the future, we're not going to be doing that part. So any descriptions, you might have to add it yourself. But we're doing this, you see, the quick demo. Yeah, and also this is also available on the editing phases as well. So as you can see, if you just click it, based on in the futures, for example, you added like seven steps of capture, but in the future you updated it to like 20, 30 steps of capture. In that case, the title and description may require to update it. So in that case, you just click the AI generated part, and this is just going to be automatically generated based on all the details that you put over here. We're not analyzing any images for the privacy perspective. And then just click save. That will save the updated title and description that you have generated. And to answer that, the advanced AI features that is currently on the roadmap, you can always check. It's stepcapture.com/roadmap basically. You can visit the URL and you'll see the roadmap. You have something called create pages with multiple captures basically. So I will say create pages with multiple captures. This is one of the things Jonathan was explaining. We did change the terms a little bit, but we didn't update it over here
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, yet, but it will be create knowledge base with multiple captures. This is exactly what Jonathan explains. It will basically, to give a little bit more explanations, it will check, you can ask the AI, check all app.stepcapture.com, and based on that, create me a knowledge base that will be based on this URL. Now, on our AI system, it will go through all of your captures and then find out all the domains, basically all the captures from these domains, and it will create the categories. For example, for app.stepcapture.com, I may have some captures for account related, some branding related, some how to create capture related. So those type of categories will be automatically created, and those will be created in a page so that you can share that page, that knowledge base page to with anyone. This is more handy for the agencies and the tech, the some other companies who runs the basically lots of guides shows to the users. So this is going to be really helpful for them. They have like 100, 200, 500 captures on our system. They can just quickly create a knowledge base, including the advanced search system over there, and it will create a knowledge base for them. They can able to add custom domain over there and share it, show it on their site anywhere, basically. So this is what the advanced AI features is called.
Cool. Now let's see. Okay, so the next question is about the team feature. So does it support team collaboration?
I can show that
Yes.
there as well. Sorry.
Yeah, no
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
problem.
So that's perfect.
yeah, from the settings
Even if
and
you forget something, we will remind you. It will be
yeah.
asked.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
So
So,
from settings members, you can able to invite all your members. As you can see, we have invited a couple of our members to just continuously testing our software. So
Oh, you
you
did
can able
not
to
burn the
invite.
email addresses. Wait,
It's on
it's okay.
our
They
main
can
I'm
they
just,
can
agency
email
email.
us.
I'm just
Yeah,
They can
you
kidding.
email
can.
us.
You guys can email us. So no worries about that.
Now we can see all
For
the
invite.
emails.
Yeah, that's fine. That's really fine. Yeah, that's our main agency email. So anyone want, you guys can email. For the invites, as you see, you just type your email and then select the role and just hit invite. It will send the invite and they can able to join. And interestingly, we're working on another features called guest. Since we're targeting the smaller business companies with the lots of employees, they might have some agencies as well. They might have lots of clients as well. They want to share a specific folder with them for any projects they have done with them. They want to share a specific folder with them with the lots of like 10, 15, 20 captures with them. They can able to go and see them. So for that, we're working on this feature. Guest can able to only see specific captures or specific folders on the workspace that we are going to be inviting. So this will comes in 1 or 1.5 month in the future.
All right, and guests are not part of the number of users, right?
Yeah, a guest is not a number of the users, but we might add a capped in the futures based on the how complex and how big user base it's creating. But it's not going to be a small type of restrictions. We're very generous with that. To give an idea, we're not going to be capped at like 25, 50, so it will be more than that. So
Okay. Um, and this is a question on use case. Can I use it for onboarding new
definitely.
employees? Definitely, this is
100%.
one of
It's a
the
big use case. We have a whole
Yeah.
folder of internally for like when we onboard new account managers or
Sure.
new right now account managers, graphic designers, etc. We have separate folders for like all the standard operating procedures for onboarding.
Yeah.
okay. And I know that we talked about this earlier, but we can answer this again. Can we embed it on pages of our website like we embed YouTube videos?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
coming. It's coming very soon. You'll be able to embed. It's gonna be a really nice, like interactive embed display. That's where we're in testing process right now. So we ship a lot. If you guys get the tool and then go to the change log
Yeah.
from the dashboard,
Yeah.
you'll see like we're constantly shipping from our launch a month ago almost on Rocket Hub, like 3.5 weeks ago to now. There's a ton of new features, ton of new UI improvements, etc. Just in the last 3 weeks. So we're doing final testing for the embed, and soon that'll be launching. Yes.
So we answered all the questions for now. Thank you so much. So let's talk about use cases and case studies, shall
Mhm.
we?
Perfect. Yes. So, I mean, we touched upon a little bit of this throughout the call, obviously, but just to summarize, I think the biggest use case we're seeing, and that's because we built the tool based on our experience as an agency and working with clients and different types of internal departments, is there's two really. One is internal processes. So short internal processes, that's the biggest use case that we're seeing right now on our end. Um, where you're creating onboarding guides, you're creating little guides on how to access new tools, you're creating little guides on how to do certain steps to QA something. When you're creating guides, for example, to how to review, how do we organize all of our ClickUp, for example, folders and projects. Like all these types of internal processes is the biggest use case for us. For a lot of our client users, excuse me, and sometimes for me personally as well, and some of our account managers is creating guides for clients. I'll give you an example. What that would be like is, let's say we develop sometimes Webflow projects. So we have clients every time. Webflow has a very annoying explanation process for how to give user access to other people. So we created a much better one with StepCapture. And anytime we onboard a Webflow, client that has an existing website, for example, we'll just send that capture, and they know exactly easily how to give us access to their Webflow account. So those types of guides, that's like where we're using it a lot for as well. Elma, you mentioned a great use case that was new for us, which was bug reporting. So
Yes.
we haven't seen a lot of that yet, but we have seen it a little bit. So that's another use case. I wouldn't say it's a primary one, but there's a lot you can do. Like I mentioned, I think the main use case is short, step-by-step guides. Really, any niche, any department, just kind of short step-by-step guides. But you're also able to create longer ones. So an example of that would be onboarding new employees, which was a question right before. For our account managers, there's a lot of complex kind of like rules and steps we have when we're onboarding a new account manager. So for those, some captures are 20, 30, 40 steps long. So that's possible too. It's just kind of, I guess, more niche, more rare, more for like a real account manager perspective. But I'm sure that over time we're seeing our users, share different use cases that we're discovering all the time. But I'd say those are the primary ones. Internal processes segmented between departments, client-facing guides that doesn't require like a long video or explanation, and I guess bug reporting would be another one that we're seeing a bit more and more.
Right. And actually, like these guides, what I like is, in fact, I prefer this documentation type of guide rather than a video, because there are times that when I follow a guide on a video, I need to pause the video and then I get
All the time.
distracted or what. Yeah, all the time, because there's no way that I can follow it at the same time as what they are doing in the video anyway. So I really prefer
Yeah.
to have this documentation with screenshots, and I know exactly where which step I am already, and I can follow the steps according to my pace, because I'm not that quick sometimes, or sometimes I'm too quick. So it's yeah. So for me, the documentation, doing the like tutorials using this kind of documentation is much more effective than a video tutorial, because you don't want to click on pause, 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 pause. It's so annoying to do that.
Yeah, to help you on that, we have one of the biggest feature that is last couple of weeks we have been working on continuously. That is called Guide Me. So what it does, I can give you a little bit sneak peek. Basically,
Mhm.
it on any captures anyone share with you or you share with anyone, they can able to click basically called Guide Me, and it will, if they have our extension installed, it will open that specific website that we've captured, the step-by-step guide. It will open that URL, and then it will just guide them the click here, then type this, click that, click the here, move mouse over here. So those type of things will be showing you directly on your site. What it does basically, you're just creating, or to give an example, you're creating, someone gives you a guide to create how to create a page on WordPress, and then you click guide me, and it will log into that website basically after that, and then click guide me, and then it will guide you throughout that process. By that
On
time you already
screen.
know, yeah, by that time you already have
Wow.
created on your first pages how to create the WordPress page. So this is where we have been working on it.
Nice. And it will be part of StepCapture?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's big. That's really good. If yes, it's really, really, really good. Okay, now let's do answer a couple more questions about CNAME and white label. So, is CNAME and full white label available?
Yeah.
And how many white label domains can we have?
Great. Yeah.
It's
So
our
full.
workspaces. It's one. Yeah. Sorry, John.
Yeah. No, I was going to say full CNAME and full branding white labeling is available. Logo, color, CNAME, removing step capture branding. But it's per one CNAME per workspace, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, and okay, let me pull up my screen here where we share the Rocket Hub plans so that they understand.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we are talking about
Mm-hmm.
how many domains and all that, but
Yep.
how many domains really is included? So let's start with
Right.
that here. So on the tier one, you have one custom domain, but you have unlimited capture. So all the captures are unlimited and it's saved on a step capture server. Now
Yeah.
for tier one, you have one user and one workspace and three custom domain. Sorry, one custom domain. I'm looking at a different
Yeah.
screen. Okay, and then
Yeah.
the second one is we have 10 users for tier 2, 5 workspaces, and 5 custom domains. So, like what Jonathan said, one custom domain per workspace.
Workspace.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did I say that? Yeah. Okay. The next
Correct.
thing is
100%.
tier 3, we have 10 workspaces, 10 custom domains, and 30 users.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Exactly.
this we have tier one, tier two, tier three. It's currently available on Rocket Hub. You can click on the link above uh, if you're interested to get this one. But this one is something that is very useful if you handle a lot of business processes. Okay, now I believe this is the guide meet as well. So let's answer this question: Is it isn't it be to be extended to create conversational forms? They work like the same.
Hmm.
I'm not sure I totally understand the
Yeah.
question. Elma, can you clarify, or should we
Okay,
ask
let
him to?
me create conversational forms. Hey, Asif, can you please clarify your question? Because I don't understand what you mean by conversational forms. If you mean by because this is not a data collection app.
Mhm.
Conversational
Yeah.
forms, these are the, form is a data collection app. And then if you say conversational, probably it's like, hey, if I choose one, A, then it will go to the next question. It will go to
Oh,
uh, question two. But if I choose B, it will go to question three, something like that. If that
yeah.
is what you mean by conversational forms, no, this isn't the one because we are not collecting data here. But this is more of guiding, say, your clients on what they have to do. Say, okay, you receive a brief from your client and they did this and that, but in order for you to give them this the deliverables, you need some information from them. Then that's the form that you need. Okay, you need a form for that, like they need to fill up a form and fill in all the information that you require. Well, this one is okay, client, it's different. It's for a process. It's not for collecting data.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's related to form, no. If it's
Yeah.
related to sharing a step-by-step guide, yes.
Yeah. Okay, got it. So I think we have already answered all the questions. Is there anything else that you would like to add, Jonathan and Nafi, before we start
I
our live giveaway soon? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that we honestly the questions in this webinar and a couple suggestions were awesome. I think we went through Nafi honestly everything that I think is best. We even
Yeah.
touched on things that are upcoming soon, things that are upcoming in the next few months. So I think Elma, this was really nice. I think we went through almost everything. And people can always, by
Cool.
the way, it's after the webinar, people can always email, they can contact us wherever they find us, on social media, wherever. Just ask us any questions, provide any
All right.
feedback. That's what we're here
And
for.
you can also look at the description in this YouTube video. We have there where you can find step capture on. Okay, I have a list of all their socials in there. Okay,
Exactly.
and even the roadmap, the link to the roadmap, everything is
Thank
there,
you.
and it's easy for them. So it will be easy for you to find step capture. All right. So thanks, Kevin. Yes, very well explained. So let's start with our giveaway. While I am collecting the names from the form, so I already told the audience that fill up a form. Now we are going to have three different types of to select the winners. Three different ways to select the winners. First one is those who ask smart questions, and our founders will choose the one question that they think is the best, and the person who asked that would be the winner. And then, but what would happen if the question is similar for uh, it's a similar question asked by two people? Okay, but it's okay. Let's deal
Uh,
with that if that happens.
yeah, I would say
Uh,
that's
there was similar questions. There was a few people that asked very similar questions, so it's gonna
yeah.
probably
Exactly.
happen. It's gonna probably
So
happen.
that could probably happen. Okay, let me just check. So, as if as a follow up, in the conversational
Hmm.
forms, we take one piece of information from user in steps. It becomes easy for users. It could be useful for onboarding
Okay.
clients, etc.
Yeah, I think I got it. So Asif is
Mm-hmm.
kind of tuning to the agent, I would say AI agent, where if you, for example, you're creating forms or sales form on your Salesforce, basically to specifically give that idea, Salesforce. Now you may have like lots of captures regarding that specific form and more data about it on your workspaces. So I think Asif is kind of asking, is there any way that based on those data, AI will start suggesting me that this is what I have to put on first name, last name, pricing, or those type of things over there? It's I would say one of the things currently it's Tango released last week, interestingly, and I have did test it out. We had planned a little different way to do this, but if Asif already checked that, so we have a little bit plans to go around that part, AI agent part, but not sure when and how we will be implementing it. We have some ideas for these type of things. How you suggested that if you're doing something, if the extension is installed, AI will start suggesting me to do these, that, so that I don't do any wrong informations over there. So these type of things. So we do have. It's kind of an AI assistant from Step Capture, helps you to fill up a couple of things. I think Asif is exactly saying that. So we have planned it, but not sure when and how we'll be implementing it. But we have planned.
Okay, yeah, because there are times that we have a lot of brilliant ideas, brilliant, 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 but to implement could be a pain. So we also
Exactly.
need to think of the technical limitations that we have right now because
Yeah.
maybe the
And
technology is not yet
security wise,
available. Yeah,
Yeah.
security
Security
wise.
yeah, and
plus, we don't
security
want to
wise
lose our
also.
core visions that we have because with Step
Yeah.
Capture we do have a core visions. Make step by step guide simpler.
Right. Oh, and thanks to Asif, he also solved my problem. Like if two people ask a similar question, make the one who asked it first the winner because the
Yeah,
other
that's
one may
good.
have copied it from the first one.
Makes
That's
sense.
true. Okay, that makes sense. So okay, I don't have the problem anymore because I've noticed some people and were asking similar questions. Okay, let me see. Okay, so now you could talk like who would okay not who which question is the best question and I will look up who the winner is.
Hmm.
Does it have to be? It has to be a question and not a suggestion, right?
Yes, or you could be it can be a suggestion to whatever you want but you think that is something that has helped step capture today like the okay whether it's something that would help step capture become better or something that has clarified step capture's positioning, anything whatever you think
So
is
So
Yes.
I think Nafi, I'll answer, but you tell me if you think if you disagree, and we can vote on something else. But I like the
Definitely.
question. I like the question about, and I'll explain why I like it. About they asked about what AI assistant features are included and how do they enhance the creation of visual guides. Why I liked it is because obviously AI is huge. We are able to build and ship things faster. Partially, one, we have a great team. Two, the team's enhanced with a lot of AI, coding tools. Cursor particularly we use. Like, it helps us ship things for our clients. It helps us ship things for StepCapture now with our new department for StepCapture. And what this question allowed us to do is not only explain what we have now, the model we have, and what we're doing now, but also it allowed us to talk a lot about the knowledge-based feature, which I think is going to be huge personally. It allowed us to talk, Nafi, to talk about other AI features that we're working on currently and planning to launch in the next few months. So I think that question is really good because it allowed a really good conversation about AI, and AI is
Yeah,
obviously enhancing our workflow. We want to use AI so that our users on StepCapture can also enhance their workflow and work.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm agree.
so I found the person who asked it. It's Fardeen Chahal. So
Yes,
congratulations, Fardeen, for winning a tier one step capture account, lifetime account. Okay, so
thanks,
thank you
Fardeen.
so much for that. And then the next part of our giveaway is if you commented hashtag step capture with capital S and capital C, that's very important. You have a chance to win this next raffle. Okay, the next lottery. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, some manual work on my side. So we are now drawing the winner, and let's see who is the winner. Mizanur is the winner.
Congrats, Mizanur.
Congrats,
Congrats.
congrats.
It's awesome. We look
Fardeen.
forward to you guys using the tool, giving us feedback, more ideas,
Yeah,
hopefully. So that's what
yeah.
our team's there for.
Man, okay. I just need to write it down. Let me hide this
Yeah.
now. We are done with. Okay, is there any new thing? Okay, and then the third part is. Okay, now where is that? Okay, so now I'm going to export the names from the form, and you should have already
Mhm.
filled up the form. I gave it I sent it to everyone in advance. So let me download the responses, and we will have the wheel of names in a minute, in less than a minute, I hope. It depends on how fast my internet is.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
By
very
the time
important.
anyone have any questions, you can ask. I'm reading the description comments
Oh
part.
yeah, so if
So
you have any other questions while we waiting for me to prepare the names, just ask and we will answer it.
Yeah, and I recommend while we're waiting, like for people, if you go on the roadmap, stepcapture.com roadmap, you get a lot of info there. Really, we put a lot. We're actually behind on updating the roadmap. That's how fast things are moving on our end. But we are very active. You'll see that, like I said, if you sign up, you'll see that by the changelog. And also, I do want to mention there is a free tier of step capture. Like if you guys want to just go try out some free captures with certain limits, of course, but it's pretty generous. So you can go on, sign up, and try it out for free within those limits. They're pretty generous, and either upgrade to a LTD deal or upgrade to one of our subscriptions, or provide feedback on what you'd like to see. So yeah, we you can try Step Capture out for free. I don't think we mentioned that at all on this call,
Oh no,
but
we
yeah.
haven't. So I
feel free
didn't
to do
even know
that.
that. So you
And
can
Yeah,
try
yeah,
also,
feel
Step
free.
Capture for free. Cool.
yeah, to add that a little bit more because we want lots of users to test our tool. So
Mm-hmm.
in next week, basically, we're going to be releasing one of the key things next week or next 2 weeks. We're going to be releasing one thing that you don't have to create an account to try the step capture. So it will be like a guest mode.
Mm-hmm.
So download the extension, try it, and if you don't like it, you don't create the account. So you can able to create one, three, or maybe a couple of captures that will be in a guest mode and will be deleted after 24 hours. It's just
Yeah.
for you to give it a test how exactly step capture works, including all the paid features will be there just because it's on the guest
Wow.
system. And we want to give the users a test how exactly step capture works.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that is good. That is good. And by the way, once you start using Step Capture and you are very happy with it, or whatever you feel about it, but I'm very happy with it. Please leave a feedback on the Chrome Web Store because that would help them a lot. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Elma. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So now I finally finished the wheel of names, and here are the names. I will do a roll call. I remove Fardeen and Mizanur because they've already won previously.
Mhm.
So now we are vying for the last tier 1 account. We have Aaron John, Amir, Asif, Ayesha, Brave, HM, Joginder, Kevin, Nyok, Rana, Rafiul, Rohit, and Zarif. And let's draw, and the person that I call must be in here to claim
Oh,
the prize. Oh,
someone. Yeah. Someone mentioned.
okay. Need to add. No problem. Let's do that.
There you go.
Okay, now let's do one more. Let's click, and the third winner is
Ooh. Awesome,
Amir.
Amir. Congrats, Amir.
Congratulations, Amir. So, is Amir around? I hope you are.
Let's
I'm sure
see.
he is. Let me see. Hey, Amir, please let me know that you are around. Thank you. Um, yeah, sometimes there is a lag between when we announce it and when they really see it. So,
Listen, maybe he's taking a break also. Yeah, had
yeah,
to
it's
run to do
possible.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Too much information. Come on. Let's see.
Yeah, he's
See,
here. He's
Oh, there you
here.
go.
oh,
There you go.
he's
He's
here.
there.
He's
He's there.
here. Okay. Yay. Congratulations, Amir. So, thanks so much, everyone, for joining us today. And um, Step Capture is available in Rocket Hub. Do remember to check it out. And they will be available in Rocket Hub only until Monday. So, the time
It's
for
supposed
you
to be.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, supposed to be. So what does that mean? You told me it's Monday.
No, I'm
So,
just
we have to
kidding.
do it
It's Monday.
today.
It's
Okay, so thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you all next week. Thanks to Nafi and to Nafi and to Jonathan. Okay, I get it right.
you got it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Good night,
Thank you so much,
everyone.
Alma. It was wonderful.
Thanks so
Thank you all.
much.
Thank you all for
Bye.
Thank
watching
you
and
all.
participating.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Amazing questions.
Ciao.
Bye.